Well, hello and welcome to Play PKN, the weekly video bulletin of the top news stories on PKN Packaging News, Australia's media hub for the packaging industry. I'm PKN's publisher, Lindy Hewson, and this week's episode is brought to you by SMC. From carton in feeds right through to palletizing, SMC has you covered with automation products featuring world-class efficiency. Now, in the lead story this week, packaging waste innovator saveBOARD has opened the first beverage carton recycling facility in Australia, located in Warragamba in Sydney's southwest. The new $5.5 million facility has the capacity to process up to 4,000 tonnes of materials per year and employs up to 12 staff. It is the first of its kind in the country to manufacture construction products entirely out of used beverage cartons, which would otherwise have ended up in landfill. The facility recycles containers largely sourced from container deposit scheme collections. The containers, lids and straws can be shredded and processed into flat boards, which are bonded using heat, not adhesive or chemical additives. Recycled paper sheeting converted and supplied by Opal and 80% recycled plastic sheeting converted and supplied by Convex form part of the finished product. The resulting product is a sturdy, lightweight alternative to conventional plasterboard, plywood or particle board, which itself is also 100% recyclable. This project marks the first collaboration between carton manufacturers Tetra and SIG Combi Block in Australia and falls under the umbrella of the Global Recycling Alliance for Beverage Cartons and the Environment, GRACE. As well, it is a joint initiative, obviously, with saveBOARD and its partner Freightways. The facility's development was supported by the Australian Government's Recycling Modernisation Fund and the New South Wales Government's Waste Less, Recycle More initiative. PKN was lucky enough to join the crowd of local government dignitaries, heads of associations, brand owners and other stakeholders to attend the opening in Warragamba earlier this week. Well done to all the stakeholders concerned. In other beverage packaging news, Orora has applied to EPA Victoria for a development license to install a second aluminium beverage can manufacturing line at its Dandenong South facility, which it is building in order to meet rising demand for cans. The new multi-size canning line is projected to be in operation by June. As reported in Orora's half-year results last week, the company expects growing cans volumes in Australia to be one of its key revenue drivers in the next financial year. The aluminium can manufacturer produces its beverage cans on a conveying system where aluminium coil is mechanically and chemically treated before it is then cured to solidify the can shape. Cans are then decorated, palletized and shipped to customer plants. Then Conservation Volunteers Australia has released interim findings that show the amount of polystyrene collected in the nation's urban rivers and catchments has halved in 12 months following voluntary bans on its use in consumer packaging and food products. Polystyrene has dropped from first place to fifth place in the 2 years since, falling from 21% to 10% of all plastic waste, and now continuing the trend in the third year, making up 10% as of January. Now, these results are a strong message to both governments and investors worldwide as the Australian government prepares for the Nature Positive Summit next year, with particular focus on a nature repair market. Let's keep polystyrene out of our waterways. Then in other waste management news, in light of the recent cessation of the Red Cycle program and the continued spotlight on the failure of the soft plastics recycling system in the country, Boomerang Alliance has developed a plan for what it says will be the efficient recovery and recycling of household soft plastics. It is also calling for a comprehensive response from government, producers and retailers. Boomerang Alliance believes that to meet the nation's 2025 packaging targets, the country needs a proper and efficient pathway and has been calling on the government to implement mandatory action via a product stewardship scheme to be imposed on the packaging sector. Now, this is yet to eventuate, although the most recent meeting of federal, state and territory environment ministers committed to reform packaging regulation. So we'll be watching this space. Then in some quick design news, Cointreau has unveiled what it calls its most momentous redesign of its iconic amber bottle in nearly 140 years, which hit Australian shelves in time for National Margarita Day on the 22nd of February. The new design by Paris-based design firm CVA agency maintains the recognizable look of the original bottle design while combining elements of the past, present and future. The bottle, which was produced by the company's historical glass producer Veralia, features a minimal illustration of the historic Maison Cointreau, scattered with the spirit's key ingredient of oranges, and is embellished with Cointreau's signature copper foiling. And then for some smart packaging element, a QR code integrated into the design provides and connects drinks lovers to the original margarita recipe, as well as many other pieces of information. And for those planning their event calendars, coming up soon on the 27th to the 28th of March is the 2-day of not to be missed Australian Packaging Conference and the annual Packaging Innovation and Design Awards on the evening of the 28th of March. Bookings have opened this week. You can find out more on the AIP's website at aipack.com.au. And then finally, after 6 years and a forced absence during the pandemic, the world's biggest trade fair for the packaging industry and related process industries is up and running again and set to take place from the 4th to the 10th of May at Messe Düsseldorf Showgrounds in Düsseldorf, Germany. If you're heading over from Australia, mark your diary for the 5th of May, because this year the Australian Packaging and Processing Machinery Association, that's APMA, and PKN Packaging News, in collaboration with Interpack organisers, will be hosting a networking drinks event for all Australians attending Interpack. Head to our website to find out more about travelling to the show with the help of local agents Messe Reps. That's messereps.com. That's all from me this week. For these and other stories, head to our website packagingnews.com.au. Thanks as ever for watching.